Bulldozer apologies, that doesn't sound like an apology. That sounds like I want to feel better about myself, so I'm going to go do this because it's going to make me feel good and it's going to help me with my healing, but I'm not actually doing it for anybody else. That's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like and I think that's why he's using the word apologize and not sorry, because sorry assumes blame. Sorry assumes that you actually feel bad about something. Apologizing is almost just like the surface level. When two siblings are fighting and your mom and the mama's or the parent is like, go apologize to your sibling, it's not a real apology when you apologize to your sibling when you're fighting. It's the mom told me to do this, so I'm going to do this to make mom happy, but I don't feel bad for fighting with you. That's what an apology is.
Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. So, Kody Brown's apology tour is now officially being branded by TLC as exactly that, an apology tour. Yes, seriously. They even made a whole poster listing the dates and locations where he'll be delivering these so-called apologies. Next week focuses entirely on Janelle. The following 2 weeks are centered around Christine. And the final week is all about Mary. So basically, the next 4 weeks are all Kody, all apologies. Now, a lot of you had doubts about this and said, this is obviously just a storyline. And honestly, you were right. It absolutely is a storyline. Let's talk about why TLC is pushing so hard for some kind of reconciliation within the family. The truth is simple, viewers are bored. Fans are tired because nobody interacts with Kody anymore. And what does TLC do when things get boring? They try to ignore the fact that the women are happier without him and instead force them back together to spark drama and boost ratings. And let's be real, if there's conflict, the ratings will climb. That's exactly what they're banking on with these upcoming conversations. Now here's the thing. Kody isn't going on this tour because he's genuinely sorry. He's going on a tour to apologize. And as we talked about at the start of this video, apologizing is not the same as sincerely saying I'm sorry. Sometimes people apologize just to smooth things over, not because they genuinely mean it. Honestly, it might be better for everyone if he didn't apologize at all. Why does he even feel the need to? The women have moved on. Now let's talk about Robyn Brown. Apparently, she had to be informed about this whole plan because of course she has to be included in the storyline. But according to Mykelti, Robyn has certain rules for Kody. She said Kody needed to discuss everything with Robyn because he'd be meeting with women he had intimate relationships with in the past. The implication is that there's so much distrust in Kody and Robyn's marriage that she actually believes if he meets with his ex-wives, they might try to get him into bed. Listen to what Mykelti said. I don't think he needs Robyn's approval to apologize to his kids. But I do think he needs her permission, or whatever you'd call it, to apologize to his ex-wives, because they're his ex-wives. He's in a monogamous relationship with Robyn, and now he wants to go have private, one-on-one conversations with women he used to be sexually involved with. So yeah, he definitely needs to run that by Robyn. For sure. He should probably find a better way of approaching the whole thing, though. So we already know this entire apology tour is a designed storyline. We know TLC manufactured this because Kody had to travel to North Carolina, Nevada, and Utah anyway. And we know they're using it as a ratings booster since conflict equals views. We also know the seasons and storylines are planned long before filming even starts. Christine explained in her book that before each season, they sit down with producers to outline what they want to cover. Nothing here is spontaneous. Nothing is organic. It's all constructed for TV. But what struck me as strange was how Mykelti framed Kody's past relationships as purely sexual relationships. These weren't random flings. These were long-term partners. He has children with these women. So here's my question. Does that mean that anytime Kody needs to communicate with them, even about their children, Robyn sees them through the lens of women he used to have sex with, and therefore automatically considers them a threat? And honestly, if you're truly secure in your marriage, why would you see the ex-wives as a sexual threat at all? This perspective assumes that Kody either wants to sleep with them again, or that they might try to sleep with him. And sure, maybe Kody would, who knows, but these women aren't interested. Christine is remarried. Janelle wants nothing to do with him romantically. And Mary is completely done. Plus everything is being filmed on camera. Nothing scandalous is going to happen. But it makes you wonder, when cameras are off, is this the real reason Kody barely communicates with his ex-wives anymore? Because Robyn thinks they'll try to seduce him? Or that he'll try to seduce them? Does she believe he still wants to be intimate with them? Is she really this insecure in her marriage? These women have repeatedly made it clear they want nothing to do with Kody romantically. They share children with him, children he should be co-parenting. But framing everything as women he used to have sex with completely ignores that Christine has 6 kids with him, one of whom is still a minor and receives child support. Janelle has 6 children with him, 5 still living. Mary has a child with him too. So what does this mean? They're not just exes. They are co-parents. They are part of his family, whether Robyn likes it or not. Christine is married now. Janelle wants nothing to do with him romantically, and Mary is completely done. All of this is going to play out on camera, but off camera, what's the real reason Kody doesn't talk to his ex-wives? Is it because Robyn worries he'll try to get them back into his bed? Or does she believe the women might try to pursue him? Does she really think Kody still wants to sleep with them? Is she truly that insecure in her marriage? These women have repeatedly made it clear that they don't want a romantic relationship with Kody anymore, but they do share children with him. When you reduce these women to only being former sexual partners, you erase the reality that Christine has 6 kids with him, including 1 minor he still pays child support for. And Janelle, she also has 6 children with Kody, 5 still living. Then there's Mary, who also has a child with him. They're all co-parents. So is this insecurity the same reason Kody insisted that Robyn cut off Preston so he could adopt her kids? Was it because he didn't want to think about Robyn having been intimate with another man? Or because in his mind, speaking to Preston meant Preston might try to sleep with her? Honestly, I bet that was part of it. This is exactly why I don't believe Kody and Robyn's relationship will last long term. When your entire marriage lacks trust, and you're constantly afraid that your husband is on the prowl, to the point where he needs your permission just to talk to people because you assume he'll try to sleep with them, that's not stable. And that kind of paranoia can easily be weaponized to keep him away from his kids. Those women are people you've slept with, so you shouldn't talk to them or your children. It's twisted and messy. I don't believe Kody or Robyn will ever offer real apologies. And honestly, if anyone owes major apologies, it's Robyn. She's caused so much damage to these women and the family dynamic. When Mykelti was asked on Patreon whether she blames Robyn alone, here's what she said. No, I wouldn't say that. I don't think Robyn is the only problem. I think she's partly responsible. I think my dad is partly responsible. There are a lot of small factors that add up, and the whole situation is just messed up and sad. I wouldn't put all the blame on any one person. There are too many layers to it. So according to Mykelti, both Kody and Robyn share responsibility for the destruction of the family and for why Kody still has such a fractured relationship with his kids. Something else she opened up about and got emotional over was that when Kody visited North Carolina recently, she had absolutely no idea he was there, even though she lives only a couple of hours away. Because they usually live so far apart, she said it genuinely hurt her that he didn't tell her. She said that if she were ever in Arizona or St. George or Vegas or Phoenix, anywhere near him, she would always call so her dad could see her and the grandkids. Even if their relationship wasn't great, she'd still make the effort. But he didn't do the same, and that really stung. She sees all of these issues as a two-way street between Kody and Robyn, a combined dynamic that caused the family fallout. She also believes these apology scenes aren't sincere at all, especially because Kody has openly said he won't apologize for things he doesn't personally believe he did wrong. He'll only apologize for what he thinks matters. She also dislikes the fact that he's doing this apology tour just to make everyone stop talking about him negatively. To her, that makes his motive selfish and manipulative. He wants silence, not healing. Then the conversation shifted to whether TLC would ever push for an apology tour involving the kids, and she explained how she feels about the way he presents his apologies to Robyn. When he talks to Robyn, it shouldn't be, I'm going to apologize so they stop trash-talking me and I can feel better about myself. It should be, I'm going to apologize because I hurt them. I want to take responsibility for my actions. Whether they accept it or not, I need them to know I mean it. That's how he should present it. And I actually agree with her. A real apology is supposed to be for the person you hurt, not for your own ego. It's about admitting what you did wrong and owning it. But what he's doing feels like a storyline and a PR cleanup, a way to fix his image, so he doesn't come across as such a jerk on the show. But when it comes to the whole dynamic between Kody and Robyn, something interesting happened yesterday. I uploaded a video, and someone in the comments, a viewer named Ashley Shortcake, left such an insightful comment that I wanted to end today's video by sharing her thoughts. Her background matters here. She has degrees in psychology and anthropology. Here's what she said. She wrote, "I'm a psychology and anthropology major. One of the biggest traits all narcissists share is that they lack a real sense of self. They don't actually know who they are as people. They don't have a solid personality. While everyone else spent their childhood figuring out what they like and dislike, exploring the world, forming identities and values, narcissists were completely focused inward on their wounds, their trauma, the ways they feel wronged. Because of that, they never develop normally. They never form a real identity. They only mimic traits from whoever they're around, whoever they're dating, or from people they believe others admire." She added, "I've always believed Robyn is the clearest example of a narcissist, and she's the one who dictates Kody's behavior. She has made him a far worse version of himself than he ever was with the original 3 wives. Robyn is incredibly controlling, paranoid, and anxious. Kody used to be much more carefree, but she's turned him into someone constantly on edge and fearful. She encourages the absolute worst parts of him. She's like a dark cloud, a constant wave of negativity that dims everything around her." Ashley went on to explain that both of them probably mirror other people's personalities. Kody tries to act like the red pill and manosphere influencers he admires. He tries to perform as the protector Robyn wants. And since Robyn doesn't have friends or a social life outside the house, she models herself after biblical characters. In her mind, she's the scapegoat, persecuted just like Jesus. She truly believes the original wives and the public crucified her. She sees herself as Mary, deceived for 10 years by her ex-husband. She likely compares the sacrifice she made by letting Kody stay with the other wives so they could keep making money and keep the show going, to Mary watching her son be crucified. In her mind, she is this Christ-like martyr, morally superior to everyone else. It's both laughable and deeply sad. She then explained a key part of narcissistic personality disorder. People with NPD feel numb and bored most of the time. Their emotions are shallow, they don't feel things deeply. One of the only emotions narcissists truly experience is fear, fear of death, fear of consequences, and that fear pushes them into thrill-seeking behaviors. They may develop addictions, whether it's shopping, sex, or even dangerous activities like drugs, reckless stunts, or committing crimes. The adrenaline gives them stimulation they can't get anywhere else. Many narcissists stir up drama or insert themselves into conflicts because chaos is entertaining for them. Ashley continued, "Narcissists often struggle to hold jobs or maintain long-term relationships, especially friendships. They clash with people quickly and often. They can't admit fault because their minds work in black and white thinking. If they admit they did something wrong, that means they are all bad. They can't separate a mistake from their identity. They believe they deserve special treatment because they think they are special people. They'll say things like, 'I'm all heart. I'm an empath. I can see the future. I speak for others.' They're extremely envious and obsessed with what others have, and they compete to take things away from other people." She also said, "Narcissists live in a fantasy world. So Robyn imagining things like, 'I want to sit on a porch with my sister wives,' or calling herself a therapist who can make everyone feel safe, that fits perfectly. She invents conspiracies, like claiming she and her kids were targeted or that they were voted off Brown Family Island. They crave admiration and will do anything to get it. That's why she encourages the adult kids to praise her for small things, like bringing tongs to a camping trip or roasting hot dogs and calling it wise parenting. It's also why she keeps grown children at home, like a 26-year-old, or not allowing her 23 and 21-year-old daughters to date, because keeping them home means keeping a steady supply of admiration." I honestly thought that was such a sharp and insightful comment, and I replied telling her exactly that. It was incredible. I really appreciated her perspective, and I wanted to share it here because it highlights just how much influence Robyn has over Kody. The only part where I slightly disagree with Ashley is when she says Kody became worse because of Robyn. I don't personally think Kody is worse with Robyn. I think Kody has always been this way, and he gravitates toward Robyn because she reflects and feeds the same desires he already had. Both of them are driven by how they look to the outside world. Both of them care deeply about money, public image, and being seen as successful. Kody has openly said that he sees Robyn as a trophy, the embodiment of success in his mind. Meanwhile, Robyn sees Kody as her path to achieving her version of success. But the reality is, Kody wasn't some great guy before she showed up. He wasn't a great father before Robyn. He wasn't treating the other wives with kindness before Robyn. We tend to romanticize the early years, but people who knew them then, and even the wives themselves, have been very clear that things were far from perfect. If you've read Becoming Sister Wives, or even listened to any of them describe their lives pre-Robyn, you'll see it wasn't sunshine. And if you read Christine's book, you understand just how much emotional and psychological pain she endured. Kody's anger issues didn't appear out of nowhere. He has always had that rage, and he has always been extremely controlling. Yes, Robyn is controlling, but Kody absolutely is as well. I think what we're seeing is two different styles of narcissism. Kody is the loud, overt type, the one who walks into a room and makes everything about him. Anyone who meets him can sense immediately that he's all about attention, praise, admiration, validation. He wants the spotlight. He wants the compliments. He wants to look wealthy, polished, and adored. That's who he is at his core. Robyn, on the other hand, is also narcissistic, but Kody is too. When you combine two narcissists who have the same motivations, it's no surprise their relationship produces so much chaos. And because Kody decided that his identity is now built around being Robyn's protector, it has supercharged the alienation of the other wives. But to be fair, Kody did the same thing with Robyn's ex. He didn't want her ex involved with the kids, didn't want him having influence, didn't want him communicating with Robyn at all. Kody truly controls who Robyn talks to and who she's allowed to have relationships with. That's why I really appreciated Ashley's perspective about Robyn seeing herself as a martyr, as this Jesus-like or Virgin Mary-like figure. And Kody thinks in similar ways about himself. So what you end up with is one partner who is the flamboyant, grandiose narcissist, and the other who is the covert, manipulative, dark empath narcissist. Together, they create a storm. Both of them hold grudges. Both of them look for ways to get even. Both of them thrive in chaos. Robyn absolutely stirs things up for entertainment, and Kody does the same. That's exactly what the so-called apology tour is really about. So that's my take on it. That's Ashley's take on it. And Ashley, thank you again for sharing such thoughtful insight. What do you think about her comment? You can find it on yesterday's video. And what do you think about Mykelti's point, that Robyn's controlling nature and jealousy might be tied to Kody possibly being intimate again with his ex-wives? Share your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, it's totally free, and tap the bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. Bye, besties.